way has been successful the past couple of years with, he has shepherded all of the relocations. Whether you can think they're good ideas or bad ideas, he's been the one who muscled them through because the owners of the teams themselves did not have the stature and the political capital to do that. And so, again, I think that this is going to come up again. It was in our story, but I think that, with Roger Goodell's extension on the table, that's where I think this thing is headed. And I don't know. It's clear that Jerry has some reservations about signing Roger to a long-term deal that's similar to his current contract. And, I think there's some other things going on there in play also, but I think that, that's where a lot of this stuff is manifesting itself.
Seth, some of the reporting includes some really fascinating details. I think it was the owner of the Bills who was very moved by Anquan Boldin's story about his cousin being shot and killed by a police officer. And as he complimented Boldin, he kept calling him Antoine, whose name is Anquan. Was that taken by the people in the room as sort of, the old granddad who can't pronounce somebody's name, or was there a sense of offense at the inability to pronounce his name properly?
Yeah, it wasn't I don't think anyone saw it as I think it was a little bit of a mix, but I think that I think it showed that some of these guys are very out of touch. And, I think that that's the thing that, I don't feel like the players feel like the owners understand on a visceral level. Most of them. Some of them they definitely do. They feel that they understand. But I feel like there's a lot of players who don't understand on a visceral level what the owners, that the players feel the owners don't understand them. And, the hard thing is the players have different causes. This isn't exactly a uniform protest. I mean, a lot of these players have variations of what they're protesting. And so I think it's difficult to communicate them because they've kind of lost sight of what this thing began as. And I think one of the most interesting things in our reporting was that Roger Goodell, who's always seen as this sort of puppet for the owners, seemed to have more empathy with the players here than he did the owners, and went out of his way in that meeting. He'd tell owners, you're not hearing them. You're not listening to what they're saying. And I think that made a big difference. I think the players came out of that meeting feeling like Roger understood their issues more than other people in the league and in other people, other owners.
Seth Wickersham here on the show discussing his really excellent piece of writing and reporting that, as happens now whenever Seth writes a story, is having an impact across the country in the National Football League. Seth, I was asked this question earlier, and I answered it as best I could. You and I both went to the Missouri School of Journalism, and I know from my time there and how you excelled and how you were better at that than me that you would be a better sort of advocate for the answer to this question. So I'm going to ask it to you on behalf of some callers. People don't understand why sources give people like you the information they do. They're sort of curious, how does this work? Why are people telling you? So, obviously, short of in any way revealing anything about your sources, can you explain to people how you're able to get this kind of insider information?
It's a combination of things. I mean, number one, I've been covering the NFL for 17 years, so I know a lot of people. And, I've been at the owners' meetings for not all 17 years, but a lot of them. And, people at the bar, you go out for drinks later on at night at the hotel bar, whatever it is, you get to know people. And then a lot of the sources in the story I'd never spoken to before for this one. Because I think that once you get a ground level of information, more people want to talk. And so it's not people leaking things. People always think, oh, someone's leaking. It's not that. And whenever people try to source guess, they're always wrong. I think that what it is, you try to gather information every way you can, and then you cross-check it, you bounce it off other people, and you try to just verify it as best you can, and then, you eventually go to the principal people that might involve. In some cases, the principal people are very aware of what's going on, but, you reach out to the Texans and you say, look, this is what my reporting shows. And to McNair's credit, a couple of days ago, he said, yes, I said that. And I said, is there any context that I'm missing? And he said, well, I felt horrible about it, and I apologized to Troy. So that's an element of context that I wanted to add to the story. So I think that it's that's the best I can describe it.
No, it's a great answer. Yeah, it's a great story. Seth Wickersham will be the co-author, along with his colleague with whom he wrote this story, of the forthcoming NFL book, Powerball. And since he is a very powerful, well-connected, and well-respected journalist, it will, like the last few stories we've had him on about, be very, very impactful. Seth, I love having you on the show. Go Missouri. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Have a great night, man.
Thanks, buddy. You too. Seth Wickersham, best in the business, at Seth Wickersham on Twitter. We're going to keep this going right here, next, PBS Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Tiki Barber. My football career taught me the importance of being prepared for game time, and now that I own multiple businesses, being prepared means having capital when I need it. That's where Cabbage comes in with flexible lines of credit of up to $150,000. Apply online and get a decision right away. Withdraw funds when you need them without reapplying. Cabbage has supported over 100,000 small businesses. Get started at cabbage.com/gametime or 888-CABBAGE. That's Cabbage with a K, 888-CABBAGE.
Line of credit is subject to credit approval. See terms and conditions.
Increase strength, fuel athletic performance. Get amped at GNC. As part of your workout program, GNC Amp Waybolic Protein is clinically proven to increase strength in just 8 weeks. For a limited time, buy one GNC Amp Protein, get one half off. Mix and match GNC's #1 selling protein between original, power, and ripped powders. Amplify your strength today with buy one, get one half off GNC Amp Protein. Also in a GNC or visit GNC.com before November 1st. Get undefeated protein performance only at GNC.
Okay, guys, we have the Bills White Wall jingles ready. Tell me which one you like.
Come down to Bills for your auto repair so you don't have to walk around everywhere. I'm telling you, it's a place to go because the boys at Bills, they know. Yeah!
That's awful.
Well, how about this?
Bills White Wall, oil changes and flat repair. Fixing your car so you can go What the hell was that?
No, I don't think so.
Yo, Bills is the place to go. If your car breaks down, they'll fix it for show. You know these boys ain't playing around, so get your car to Bill's White Wall downtown.
That's the worst one yet. Can't we just say, like, Bill's White Wall, we got tires and
Bill's White Wall, we got tires and
Perfect. I think that gets the point across.
Bill's White Wall, we got tires and
The Central Iowa Game of the Week on 1700 KBGG is brought to you by the law firm of Hartung & Schrader, who brings you the Hartung & Schrader Scoreboard Show until 11 each Friday night. The Rookie Sports Cards, Advantage Financial and Tax Services, the Norwalk Shop with custom apparel and embroidery, the Lagio Italian Restaurant with locations in Urbandale and Norwalk, and Cellular Advantage with the Cellular Advantage Mobile Studios. Let's head out to the field for high school football. Here's the voice of high school sports in Central Iowa, Trent Condon.
Good evening and welcome to Johnston High School, new football stadium, and a new season upon us. It's the playoffs, and the Dragons facing up against Southeast Polk. Welcome in, Trent Condon, alongside tonight, a color man, Dar Danielson. Dar.
Good evening.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
You're going to help me out tonight. Just what I need.
Good, yeah. And this is a new stadium, and this was the game that opened up this stadium in the second week of the season, Johnston and Southeast Polk. And Johnston, it was a tight game till late when Johnston got a couple interceptions and turned it around and ended up winning it 27-17 in that first matchup of the season between these two.
Well, Dar, certainly one of the spotlight games here across Central Iowa. We'll keep an eye all night long on the scoreboard, keep everybody up to date. But our game of the week here, it is Johnston and Southeast Polk. The Dragons have been maybe one of the surprises of the year. People maybe anticipated a playoff team, but I think they've exceeded those expectations so far this year.
Yeah, they set the tone in that first game when they got the last-second score to beat Ankeny Centennial, which was thought to be a team that was going to be pretty good. And then they just, as gotten improved a little bit, overcome some injuries when they had to, and it's one of those great seasons that they've had so far.
Well, we're ready for kickoff here, as it will be Johnston taking the opening kickoff, clad in their yellow tops with the white pants and purple helmets. And Southeast Polk, they'll be wearing their traveling white uniforms, white tops, white pants, and the black helmets as we are ready to go. They'll be moving left to right across your radio dial. They kick off in the air on a cold, blustery night. Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. And Johnston will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. Led out onto the field by their outstanding quarterback, Andrew Nord. Excellent baseball player, but he can play a little football too, Dar.
Yeah, he's got the speed. When he gets in to the secondary and then it's goodbye. He turns on that second gear and goes. And they're going to be heading into about an 18-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, about north-northwest here. And 35 degrees out there. I don't know what the wind chill is, but it's cold out there.
They'll move right to left across the radio now.
1700 KBGG Des Moines, a Cumulus station. Big news, big talk, and big sports. Let's go downtown, everybody in. 1700 KBGG.
Legal ID, first down run play out to the left side and cut down in the backfield. Went with the zone sweep to the left side and cut down in the backfield. Good defensive play, Southeast Polk. That defense has made big improvements as the year went along, and they were ready for that.
Brock Studer there, they're starting running back, and he gets nowhere on that. Loses yardage.
Loss of 4.5 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 15. Backed up at their own 15-yard line. Nord in the short shotgun, the pistol formation. 2 receivers to his right side, and he'll take the snap. Inside play, trying to bounce it outside is Nord, but he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And again, Southeast Polk, this defense revved up right away, and their 2nd straight tackle for a loss.
And that's the read, the good read you got to make on Nord, and he'll keep that in the belly of the back for a long time and then pull it out. And once he gets around the corner, that's what you don't want to have happen defensively, because then he turns it up and he's into the secondary and gone. But again, a good start here for the defense.
Tanner Van Elsen with the tackle for a loss, and now 3rd and 17 on a windy night. Not the spot the Nord and company wants. They'll take the shotgun snap. A running play to the left side. Thwarted again out there. Boy, the defense continues to come. This time it's Luke Board from his outside linebacker spot. 3 plays, 3 losses, and it'll be punt time for Johnston.
Yeah, not the way they want to start offensively. Of course, going into the wind, we knew they probably would keep it on the ground and not try to put it up in the air here. So the punting is going to be key now for probably be Jackson Steigers. He was punted early but got injured and was out for a few games, and they've had a couple different punters.
Back in the punt formation. He's got 3 blockers in front. It'll be a rugby-style kick, trying to keep it low off the side of the foot. Not much to it and not much of a roll. It'll roll dead at the 28-yard line of Johnston. So just a punt there, about 16 yards. Great field position for Southeast Polk for their first look, Dar.
Yep, and we talked about Nord. On the other side, Starcevich is the quarterback, and he's the one, too, that drives this offense for Southeast Polk. He's got some speed himself. He's got some good running ability, and also he can pass the ball. And we'll see with the wind to their back if they go to the air here, or they'll just try to keep it on the ground to start it out.
Yeah, Starcevich struggled in that meeting earlier this season in week number 2. 17 of 37 throwing, had 260 yards, but 3 interceptions with no touchdowns. He takes the shotgun snap, looks to hand to his fine running back. Not much doing there. Up the middle, try to get Williams a little space, but he's tackled for a loss. And if you got a tote board going, tackles for a loss might be something you're geared up, because passing is going to be difficult tonight.
Yeah, and maybe with the wind at your back you can throw it, but here they tried to run and just nothing doing.
Gavin Williams, a sophomore, picked up his first high D1 offer even before he played his sophomore year after the freshman season from Iowa State. Starcevich throws Williams in motion, going to keep it himself to the left side, breaks the tackle to the 25, falls forward to the 24, and our first positive gain of the night. It was a running play and picked up a good 7, and we got an injury timeout.
Yeah, that is a Johnston player down, but there he faked it to Williams and then cut it up the gut, and that's where both these quarterbacks, when they get that motion where they're faking it and then running, it's their read, and that's a big key to both these offenses.
Well, Johnston player down on the field. We'll check for a number on that. He's surrounded right now. Have an opportunity, though, talk a little bit more about these squads and, the playoff brackets that are in front of us. There was speculation about the way this was going to play out. Of course, the district champions with the chance to host in the first round tonight. Valley hosting Lewis Central. Real good matchup there. Max Duggan making his way here to Central Iowa. Ankeny Centennial and Waukee, that one up in Ankeny tonight. And Urbandale hosting Dowling Catholic. The Maroons, well, I don't think anybody had that. The district runner-up, they got into the playoffs with a big win against Ames last week. But they open on the road. Not a big deal, though, for Dowling Catholic, Dar. They play on the road every time.
Yeah, they're used to it. And then Urbandale got a little bit of a break when the quarterback for Lewis Central broke his wrist, and he did not play. Their starting quarterback in them, and they won that game, and that kind of gave them a leg up in their district. They go on to win the district, and, good news is they won the district. The bad news is you get to play the number 2, which is the 4-time defending state champion in your first-round matchup.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with the Jayhawks tonight. We'll keep an eye on the Hartog and Schrader scoreboard here throughout the evening as the Johnston player is up and making his way back gingerly to the sideline. That is Dalton Towns, a offensive lineman and defensive lineman, senior, 6'1", 210, and very slow making his way off the field. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
And that's a big injury because that front 4, Dalton Towns, Jake Ryan, Aaron Potter, and Tyler Bacon have been very strong up front. They can put pressure on the quarterback. They can stack up the middle and close down that run. So having him out of there could be a big factor here for Johnston early on.
Starcevich, 3 receivers to his left side, 1 to the right. Scott Williams on his left hip as he works out of the shotgun formation. 4 wide here for Starcevich. He's looking to run. Now he's going to tuck it. Breaks to the right side. Near first down yardage. Breaks the tackles. Got the first down and bumped out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Starcevich, good, patient running there. Had that strong look to the left side, froze the linebackers, and then cut out to the right.
Yeah, you set up in a passing-type formation with the trips out there, and that little movement back like he's looking over there to throw it and then takes off, and he's very good at picking his spots and picking his hole.
Shane Starcevich, a 6'1", 180-pound senior. Name that football fans here in Central Iowa certainly know throughout the years. That Starcevich name at Southeast Polk. Shotgun formation again. Williams, fake handoff. Starcevich keeps it himself. Brought down, though, a loss on the play of about a half yard. Starcevich able to get that outside linebacker to freeze, but the outside contained right there. Good work by the cornerback from Johnston.
Garrett Gerke in there, shut that down. He didn't, as you said, he didn't cheat inside. He stayed outside, didn't let him turn the corner because it looked like for a minute he was going to loop out that left corner, and then it was a race to the pylon, but the corner shut it down and kept him right there.
8:33 to play, clock running in the first quarter, no score. Johnston and Southeast Polk, the Rams with the football at the Johnston 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now for the Rams. Starcevich keeps it himself again up the middle on that zone read play. They are keying up on Williams. Starcevich making that read on the outside. Able to fight forward for a gain of 4 on the play and brings up another 3rd and long here for Southeast Polk. Good field position and again with the win, this 4-down territory, fighting the win here. Thinking not about the 8 yards, maybe cutting it in half for a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, Nate Newcomb on the tackle there, and those front 4 up there are making it, clogging it up a little bit, not giving Starcevich some clear lanes there to run through.
2 receivers to the right side for Starcevich as he takes a shotgun. He rolls that way, looking up the field, makes the pass, and tipped away, nearly intercepted out there off the deflection. Getting a hand on it for the 2nd time was Nathan Newcomb. And that'll be 4th down and 8 in decision time for Southeast Polk. Looks like the kicking unit going to come out here, Dar. So
yeah,
they're going to go and try to get points on the board early with that great field position after a bad punt from Johnston. Gave him the football inside the 30. Try to get those early points here as it'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. On to attempt the kick. It's Luke Williams, right-footed kicker. Kick is up off the crossbar and no good. Hit the upright on the left side. Plenty of distance.
That's what John Madden used to call a doink, isn't it? When it hits the crossbar like that. And Williams of 9 of 13 from field goal so far this season, and his longest was a 48, but that one just, and you don't know, the wind's kind of pushing that way. I think it probably caught it and pushed into that left crossbar.
Yeah, good-looking kick there from Williams, the iron unkind, as we talk about in basketball, and that was the case there here off the upright, and it'll be no good. So we're scoreless here, 7:27 to play first quarter, and now Johnston with their second possession. Their first 3 plays all went for negative yardage in their first 3-and-out possession. And back on the field is Andrew Nord, the quarterback. Hands off to the middle, running room there, pushing forward, and a positive run for about 3.5, 4 on first down, and making things manageable. That's certainly much better as Brock Studer gets the call.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll see them try to put it up anything deep anyway. In this win, maybe a short pass, a slant in, or something across the middle to the tight end against this win for Johnston.
Clock running under 7 minutes left, first quarter, no score. Dragons and Rams. Andrew Nord leads the offense out of the huddle as he's in the pistol formation. Running back Studer on his left side. Studer takes the handoff, off tackle right, breaks through, breaks the tackle, and gets the first down. Good hard running there from Brock Studer. First down, and the first down for the Dragons tonight. Just a power running attack.
I was kind of watching him. He kept his hand on his lineman and kind of kept low and felt his way through that little tunnel there and just up and up for first down, and that kind of gets your offense going a little bit. And once you start probing that middle, then maybe you can get work that outside now.
Studer came in 593 yards rushing this season. He is on the right side of Nord. In motion across the formation is Blake Murray. Nord's going to keep it himself on a zone read play. Fights forward for a couple and then pushed back by the Southeast Polk defense as the Rams were watching for the middle there. And one thing Southeast Polk does, calling their games a couple of times this year, a lot of substitutions with some of their big guys in the middle. Got some depth along that defensive line just coming into the game right now. One of the biggest, Darren Rogers, 6 foot, 320 pounds. He's in at that defensive tackle spot on the right side. Second down and 7 from the 37-yard line of Johnston.
Those backers were playing up kind of tight to the line of scrimmage there. Now they are a little bit too here.
Basically 8 guys in the box. Studer takes the handoff, but not much there. Maybe got a yard and a half. That'll make it third down here and 5 for the Johnston Dragons as we play in the first quarter.
Bo Ira on the bottom of the pile made the tackle coming out of there, the defensive end.
Well, until either of these teams can show an ability to throw the football in this win tonight, Dar, I think we're going to see a lot of that. 8, 9 guys in the box, maybe even 10 guys in the box.
Yeah, well, we may see it here now. They've spread it out with the trips to one side and 4 wide receivers. We'll see, but that could be just spread the defense out.
And the motion given by the official. Get the clock back running here as we go towards the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right side. Quick handoff to Studer. Gets to the outside 40, 45, and got the first down. Good hard running there from Studer. And a good job of blocking out of those wide receivers out on the edge. Being able to pick up the blocks. Jackson Steiger's out there. He had a good clean one, helping get that first down.
Yeah, and he read that very well, and he waited, and Steiger's got that very last block to get him up to first down range. And now Johnston's got a little bit of a drive going here.
Steigers, Thompson Jr. on the left side of the wide receiver set. Trip receivers to the left side as the official loses his hat. Nord keeps it on the keeper, and nothing there. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage. Defensive line is ready in the white hat, has to go chase his white hat.
Well, that referee back there, yeah, he took off. And I bet they got the long johns on, a little bit of everything down there, because the players, when you're moving, you're a lot warmer, and you got the helmets on, but those officials got to stand for a little bit, and that makes it just a little bit colder out there.
They gave him a pickup about a half yard on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 9 for Johnston at their own 48-yard line. First quarter, no score. 2 receivers to the left side for Andrew Nord, quarterback for the Dragons. Studer with him on the left side. Nord's going to keep it himself, set up a power play, but brought down in the backfield. Good defensive effort up front there as Ben Roca comes in and makes the tackle. And Roca, another one. I mean, the thing that I've always been impressed with this Southeast Polk team is just the number of guys they can bring up front. The depth on the defensive line doesn't matter what level you're talking about. Very important.
And that's been it, defensive and offensive line. In this class, that's where you win ball games, is you grind the other team down or you match up with them inside offensively on the defensive line.
3rd down and 11 now for the Dragons. 3 receivers to the right side. Nord puts a man in motion. That's Blake Murray. Hands it to Murray on the outside. He's got speed to burn. 45-40. Gets upfield 30, 20, to the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. Blake Murray got to the outside on the zone read, turned the corner, and he was gone.
54 yards.
Dragons on the scoreboard there. Man, that is a backbreaker if you're Southeast Polk. 3rd down and 11, and you give that one up. And a windy night, you got to figure something to the outside, and there it was. Beautiful play call there from the Johnston offensive staff, and the first score of the night. Now they set up what some consider the Mickey Mouse formation on the extra point. Yeah. That's what my 7th grade coach at least called it, the Mickey Mouse formation. But now they come back and set up in the standard PAT attempt. On to kick at number 28, Colin Hooshagen. Hold his down kick is low, knuckles, no good. Low kick, didn't get much to that. We'll take a timeout. 6-0 Johnston with the lead over the Southeast Polk Rams. Back in 30 seconds on your home for high school sports. 1700 KBGG and also on CISN. We're back in a moment.
Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee means 0% for 72 months on all 17 Silverados and Colorados. For a limited time, 20% off 17 Cruze, Trax, and Malibu. New 18 Equinox, Power Trucks, 224 per month. 0% for 72 months on a huge selection of 17 Silverado and Colorados. It's Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Tricon and Dar Danielson back with you in Johnston. 6-0 Dragons take the early lead. 54-yard touchdown run from one of their wideouts as they went to the outside on a zone read play to Murray, and he turned the corner. Boy, fast speed out there, Dar, from Murray.
Yep, and almost a 10-point swing. They doink it off the crossbar on the field goal, the upright, and then they go 80 yards in about 4 minutes and score the touchdown and miss the extra point. So a big drive for them.
54-yarder kickoff into the wind. Only gets to the 17-yard line. That's where Williams grabs it. On his feet at the 30. Spins out of it, tackled 40. To the 50. Midfield, he looks up, trying to get past the final defender. Knocked down at the 22. But a huge kick return for Gavin Williams. And just like that, it is the Rams right back in business with great field position.
And that's one of the things sometimes when it gets cold and you're worried about being cold, you don't tackle well. And you got to get your hands on him, get wrapped up, and pull him down. But let's see, 38, that'd be a 62-yard return. All right, he took it at the 17 to the 21. Yeah.
I'll trust your math. I was told there'd be no math tonight. That's all on you. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line for Southeast Polk. Great field position on their first, ended on a missed field goal attempt. And now Starcevich will lead the offense out of the field. Puts a man in motion. Zone read looks. Starcevich hands off past the 15 inside the 10-yard line. And some late whistles coming in as the ball was out, but they say down by contact inside the 10-yard line, and a first down run for Southeast Polk.
So they respond immediately with the big special teams play, and now we're already goal to go here. So the excitement by the Johnston fans and team short-lived here as Southeast Polk right back ready to tie this up and the extra point, and they got the lead.
As Starcevich works out of the shotgun again, twin receivers to each side for him. Williams on the right side, looking to pass. Starcevich to the end zone, all alone, touchdown, Southeast Polk. Beautiful play design and wide open in the back of the end zone. Nate Flynn for 6, and the Rams are on the board.
Wow, that was just blown coverage there for sure, as nobody picked him up. And he was just waiting there for the ball to get to him, and that was about the easiest throw that Starcevich is ever going to have to make.
4th touchdown grab of the season for Nathaniel Flynn. That one of the 9-yard variety. It'll be first score of the night for Southeast Polk, tied up at 6, and now the all-important extra point. As this one wind at the back, kick on the way, and it is good. 7-6, an early lead now for the squad from Southeast Polk. The Rams lead at 7-6 over Johnston. We'll take a timeout, back with more high school football on 1700 KBGG.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Chevy Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevrolet.
Southeast Polk a 7-6 lead over Johnston here in the opening round of the Iowa High School Boys Association State Playoff Tournament, Class 4A. And we'll keep an eye around the state, keep you up to date, and get you a scoreboard look coming up here in just a little bit here. A 7-6 lead for Southeast Polk on a 9-yard touchdown pass from their quarterback, Starcevich, as he hit Flynn in the end zone all by himself. Now set to kick it away, it'll be Williams. He's got the wind at his back. And again, field position, another part here, Dart, tonight. Got to keep an eye on as the kick is in the air. And this one will sail into the end zone for a touchback.
Yep, about to the 20. Now, last time they took it at the 20 in 3 minutes, 56 seconds. They scored on the 80-yard drive, but 43 seconds later, Southeast Polk came right back off that big kickoff return, the 62-yard return that put them in great field position. So we'll see. I imagine go right back to the run here for Johnston and do what worked for them on that last drive.
It'll be first down and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Dragons. Slow getting out of the huddle here. They're still over talking on the sidelines. Play clock running under 15 seconds as they trot out onto the field. And also another late addition to the offense, Garrett Molinder, their H-back. Down to 5 as they're finally set. As Nord hollers his signals, and first down carry to the left side. Studer, nothing there. Brought down for a loss on the play. And in on the tackle, number 48, Bo Ira. Another tackle for a loss for Southeast Polk.
And that looks like, they started out their first drive that way. They had 3 plays, 3 losses, and now they do it here. You don't want to get behind the chains early. You want to get, a good pickup on first down. So now we'll see if they go to the pass or they keep it on the ground.
Clock running, 2:15 to play in the first quarter. 7-6 lead for Southeast Polk. Sweep look as they get to the outside again. Big room out there for Quincy Hale. He was stopped just short of the first down marker, but another good play. And maybe Johnston finding a little bit out here, Dar, about this. Just getting wide might be a little bit easier than inside against the Rams defense.
Yeah, and they're sealing the edge pretty good and getting out there with their speed, and they're using that. And so Southeast Polk is going to have to find a way to kind of get that contained a little bit better on that side. And now
penalty marker on the play. It'll be brought back, a holding penalty. So instead of 3rd and 1, we're looking at a 2nd down and 12. And back even further.
Further. It must have been
clip.
Not far beyond the line of scrimmage because that's from the spot. So
that'll move it back. They're going to mark it at the 12-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and long here, 2nd and 18 from the 12 for the Johnston Dragons. Twin receivers to the left side for Andrew Nord. And brings a man in motion. Carry up the middle, not much there. Studer able to keep those legs churning, though, and pick up a couple of more. So picked up 4 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation for Johnston. And going into that wind, got to be careful here. Don't want to do anything, especially the way you've kind of been backed up all night long.
Yeah, and then in the big shift of momentum with that, kickoff return back to Southeast Polk, and now the defense can get a stop here. They're going to get it in pretty good field position because their punter is going to have to kick it into the wind. So a big play here if Nord can come up with something to get that, they need 14 yards.
He's got Studer on his left hip, man in motion. That's Hale again across the formation. Looks to turn the corner. He does. He's at the 20, hit at the 22, and brought down short of a first down. Well, was able to get to the edge again. This time, though, defense is able to swarm over, and on that 3rd and long, instead of giving up the big play, gave up just a few, and they'll make it 4th down.
Yeah, they're swinging that slot back around, and then he's trying to seal that inside to give that lane outside. And that time they got about half of what they needed, and not enough. So good job to react by the Southeast Polk defense. And did they take a timeout?
I think
they did to keep the punt within the wind. I don't know if the clock were 1:01. It might have run down before they had to punt, but.
Well, it may be a decision from the Southeast Polk staff, not just punting into the wind, but also
give them time with the wind. Yeah, you're right.
More here. So
good clock management on their part.
Absolutely. That staff of Southeast Polk, rebuilding project, if you will, for Coach Zelenovich, was in Ankeny for a while, made his way back over to one of the places he's been for a long time in Southeast Polk that he knows well, in this program certainly on the uptick right now. And they lead at 7-6 on the road over Johnston, as they will punt it away on 4th down and 7.
Austin Johnson and Nate Flynn back deep to receive on the punt.
And they're only about 15 yards past the line of scrimmage as a rugby-style punt goes high into the air, hanging up there, and caught at the 45-yard line. A dangerous play over there. That one was brought in by Flynn. Did he lose the football on the way down? He did.
They're pointing Johnston's way, yes.
Wow. Well, that's one you just can't allow happen.
When it's that high in the wind, you don't know where it's going, you should get away from that. You know, that's one where you can let it drop.
A lot of bodies around there, all kinds of people. Flynn tried to make a catch of it. Don't think he called a fair catch either. Another part where Johnston was waiting right there, and they'll get a fresh set of downs at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
So that's what, about a 30-yard swing and field position there for Johnston with that fumble punt up around the 50.
1st and 10 now for the Dragons. They trail by 1. 51 seconds left here. And, you know, another decision for Southeast Polk right away is you still do have 2 timeouts if you want to play that, especially if you get a tackle for loss, something along those lines on 1st down.
So we're seeing early here special teams playing a big role. The, you know, extra point goes off the crossbar, the kickoff return that sets up the touchdown to go back, give them the lead, so, and then the fumble punt. So we'll see now how Johnston responds to this.
Nord comes out behind him. It's Hooshagen, who lines up on his left side. 2 receivers to the left, man in motion. That was Studer. Keeping himself is Nord. He is hit in the backfield, and he's going to lose yards on the play again. That middle of the defense for Southeast Polk, so stout. That time right in the middle of things was Luke Board.
And that's one thing, Johnston, they'll keep going there with Nord, because the one time he gets through that first line and gets into the secondary is when, you know, you're going to get a big play out of it if he can't get to the outside. So we'll see as they try to go quickly here.
Studer's lined up on the left side as a wide receiver. And now look back over at the sideline as the play call being confirmed in the backfield with Nord is Hooshagen. In motion across and a little triple option look. They pitch it out. Here's Studer. Hit at the line of scrimmage, able to fight forward for a few.
He had to fight for every yard there, didn't he?
Physical runner. He brings it, lowers the helmet if need be, and is able to pick up a few. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for Johnston as the final seconds are about to tick away. But again, the clock is stopped as he went out of bounds.
Yeah, almost if he'd have stayed in, it might have been a little better for them, because then they come around and go with the wind, and 3rd and long, maybe a chance to pass. It's kind of tough with that wind. Its flag's still just straight up about 18-mile-an-hour wind.
It's 3rd down and 9 for Johnston, backed up at their own 47-yard line. Out of the shotgun formation, handoff as they get it knocked into Hooshagen. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and got a yard on the play. So it'll be 4th down, but the good news for Johnston, they'll be punting, but they'll be punting with the wind at their back this time as the first quarter is in the book. Southeast Polk 7, Johnston 6 on the opening round of the Iowa High School football playoffs. We'll take a timeout here. Come back with the second quarter of action on your home for high school sports, 1700 KBGG.
At Mid-American Energy, part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields. Here's to
Trent Cott and Dar Danielson back with you at Johnston High School. 7-6 our score here. Southeast Polk on the road with the lead as Johnston punts it away. Nate Flynn on the punt return got a couple, but he caught it at the 6-yard line and got out to the 10.
Yeah, and they were down there quickly, And now we'll see how Southeast Polk reacts going into the wind here and how they handle that. And we'll see if maybe Johnston brings a little more pressure.
Backed up at their 10-yard line. Here's Starcevic. 3 receivers to the left side. Williams with him in the backfield, and a tackle for a loss. Starcevic on the zone read. Kept it himself, but he was brought down in the backfield. Again, that defense. Tyler Bacon up front this time with the tackle for loss.
6'2", 235 senior. Jake Ryan in there, 6'2", 250. The other defensive spot, and Aaron Potter, 6'1", 260. They got a little beef on that front defensive line.
2 receivers to the left side for Starcevic. Looks like he's audibling here at the line of scrimmage as he comes up, hollers instruction to his offensive line. Now takes the pistol formation, snap, hands to Williams. Williams through the first wave of defenders, gets out, a good pickup on 2nd and 12, brought it out to the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. That means 3rd and manageable now for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, that was a big play. You got 4 yards on 3rd down. Going into that wind, you keep that going. And I don't know if they'll pass yet. I think we've only seen one pass, I think, haven't we? Southeast Polk through the one that was a little high.
Yeah, one
over
down
here.
Yep.
So just one pass so far in this ball game with the heavy wind.
Well, and of course the touchdown pass.
Oh, that's right. 2 passes. You're right. Forget about that. Yeah, that was a pass.
1 for 2 for Starcevic as he rolls out to the right side. Now he's going to keep it as he turns the corner right at the marker. Going to depend on the spot. He got it. First down run by Starcevic. Didn't have much out there, and he looked upfield, but you almost wonder if he thought from the get-go, Dar, I'm going to run for this one if I got any opening over there.
Well, yeah, and that's with both these quarterbacks. They can do it with their feet and their arms. As Starcevic on the season, 557 yards rushing. Of course, Nord over 1,000 yards rushing, but both of them are very good with the ball and just keeping it.
So it'll be a fresh set of downs for Southeast Polk at their own 22-yard line. Here's Williams with the carry. He's hitting the backfield. He was able to fight and at least make it only a loss of 1 instead of a couple, but up front, both these teams, I think, understanding it's going to be a running kind of game, and that allows those defensive linemen and linebackers to pin their ears back a little bit.
But you got to kind of, as they move on, you got to kind of watch the quarterbacks as they get a little better with putting that ball in the belly of the running back and pulling it out. And we'll see if they add a little more motion too with the that jet sweep motion. Both these teams can run that, and we'll see if they try a little more trickery here.
2nd down and 11 for Southeast Polk. High snap, Starcevic keeps it himself, but no movement up front as he was hitting the backfield again. Defensive line of Johnston playing well. Looked like Colby, check that. Missed the number. It was 90-something. Struggling with the yellow uniforms out there. It's too bright for me, baby.
They're kind of hard to see the numbers against that yellow, though, isn't it, tonight?
I think I'm getting old, Dar.
Is that it? No. Couldn't be.
3rd down and 10, 9 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. 7-6 Southeast Polk with the lead over Johnston. And the Rams have the football. 3 receivers to the left side for Starcevic. He hands to Williams. Williams hit at the 25, still on his feet, dragging people with him, but not going to be enough for a first down as he picked up 5 on 3rd down and 10, cut it in half. But now it'll be Southeast Polk for the first time. Now they're going to have to punt into those prevailing winds.
Ty Puck, the linebacker, in there on the stop for Johnston.
Well, this is going to be a little bit different now for Southeast Polk. We saw Johnston with both of their punt attempts. They went with the rugby-style kick, that running kick, and trying to keep it low.
Jake Meyer back deep to receive for Johnston about the 45.
Punt is away, line drive punt, but out of bounds. It'll depend on where the official spots it. As he's got his hand up, he's still walking past the 45-yard line. He'll mark it at the 44. And now good field position the other way. Yeah, wind, very important. And really in a game like this, figured it was going to be tight, Dar. Looks like field position, special teams, and who has the wind.
And Luke Williams, I like him as a punter, averaging just over 42 yards a punt. In that first game, he had some big punts that kind of switched the field a little bit on Johnson, but that time in the wind, he got a good spiral into it, but that wind is just going to hold that up. And Johnson, good field position to start out in Southeast Polk's territory.
It'll be Nord and company from the 44-yard line of the Rams. Across the formation comes number 20, Max McCauley. Run to the left side, Nord still on his feet, Nice gain on first down, picked up about 7 on the play. And Andrew Nord, he's not physically imposing, not a huge kid by any means, but boy, he runs physically for being 5'11", 170.
And he's quick. He doesn't stop. He moves laterally without stopping, it seems like, and then when he turns it up, he's got another gear once he gets in the open field.
Out to the 36-yard line. 7.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Man in motion. Nord just going to keep it himself. A power look to the left side. Got the first down as he's pushed out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. A first down carry for Andrew Nord. Johnston starting to pick up momentum here. Good field position to start out now with first down. Boy, they'd love to hold on to this football, eat a little bit of clock, and end in some points as they're all the way to the Southeast Polk 32-yard line.
And kind of a wave of white pushing him out of bounds, but as you said, he got enough yardage for the first down. And we'll see. We talked about it, 2 passes by Southeast Polk all going in this direction with the wind. We'll see if Johnston tries it once here. And 7-0 Council Bluffs Lewis Central over Valley with 9:06 to play. Is that second quarter?
Here's a handoff to Murray. Had the big touchdown run earlier for Johnston. This time not a touchdown, but a nice gainer of 6 on first for the Dragons. Blake Murray, a junior, 6', 170. Showed his speed on that touchdown. Another one there. They look to get him out wide. Lined out on the left side now with Peyton Williams. Williams, an outstanding baseball player, part of that Dragon squad that continues to pile up victories on the diamond. As Nord, another good baseball player, hands off to the right side. Studer trying to fight forward near the sticks. And this one will depend on the spot. And looks like he got it. First down run for Studer. And the second first down of the possession now for the Johnston Dragons. They move inside the 30-yard line all the way down now, as they'll mark it at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
One thing Coach Ryan Woodley said early in the season, he was trying to build some depth. They've done that. They've gotten more players in there. Of course, they lost Anthony Coleman, their good two-way star, to injury, but they've built some other depth up on that offensive side.
Blake Murray across the formation. Nord rolls to the left, looking up the field. Has a man up there, throws it to the end zone. Double coverage picked off. Interception for Southeast Polk.
Did he come out and go back in? Is it safety, or what are they going to say? He was starting to come out, and the idea was his momentum out. We'll see. This could be, it's either going to be a safety or down at the 1, I think.
Well, the Johnston crew up here, they had their opinion. The officials are converging. I believe they're going to mark that at the 1-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes, that's what they're going to do. His momentum brought him out. It didn't look like he ran back in. He was pushed back in by the tackle. Forward momentum at the 1-yard line. I think that was the right call there. But
Nord set his feet, and he got a good throw, but just into that double coverage, and they were just waiting for it there. So,
well, now a difficult spot. As though you get the pick, you're happy about that. You're back at your 1-yard line. You're going into the wind. Really very little threat of throwing the football in these kind of conditions.
So the first turnover on Johnston. Southeast Polk had that fumble on the punt, and now Johnston gets the turnover on the interception, and they got him right there at the 1-yard line.
Tight formation. Starcevich, he's just going to try to sneak it forward. Didn't get much there. Maybe a yard is all. So the breathing room they were hoping for, not happening for Southeast Polk on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This is always a spot, too. You got to be careful as a defense. You're cheating up there, thinking you're going to get the safety or something, and then somebody busts through the line and they're gone. They go on a big play. So while you want to try to hold them back, you also, those corners and safeties, got to be careful that they don't let anybody get behind them or they let anybody break through there.
Shane Starcevich now not as tight of a formation as they bring 2 receivers out to the left, though he's still under center here, and he'll hand to Williams. Single back formation. He gets a couple on the play, but it's going to be 3rd down and long. And a whistle is the
timeout. Johnston, I believe.
Going to call timeout,
yeah.
Talk things over defensively with 5:23 to play. We'll take the timeout with them back in 30 seconds on your home for high school sports, 1700 KBGG.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
Johnston here in the opening round of the Iowa High School football playoffs. It's 7-6. Rams with the lead over the Dragons. And our Southeast Polk facing a difficult spot here as they're backed up at their 3-yard line on 3rd down.
Yeah, and for Johnston, you get the stop and hold them. You're going to get good field position and be right back in a good spot offensively. So nothing behind you here. Don't let him get the first down.
Starcevich looks to hand, keeps it himself on a keeper play. Out forward, ball's loose. Who came up with it? He was right at the first down stick. Southeast Polk comes out of the pile with the football. Looked like that was number 51, Ryan Hermes, coming out. Now, did they give him enough for the first down?
I don't think so. The ball, they're going to mark it right about the 10. He had to get up to the 11 there.
Well, now they look to be going for it here with this win. They haven't been able to get much fun. Both teams going this way. Starcevich, 3 receivers to his right side. And now he's going to audible.
Well, let's see if he lets the play clock run down at 8 seconds. Try to get him to jump.
And they brought Flynn across. It looks like that is what they were trying to do. He'll call a timeout.
Yeah.
7-6 Southeast Polk over Johnston. 4:36 to play. Boy, and you almost are tempted with this win to actually go for it in that spot. I mean, it seems crazy at your own 10.5-yard line.
Well, they got out quick, and I think if they would have come up quickly and snapped it, but then Johnston credit them for being disciplined and not jumping, because you see the offense rush up there and you get in a little bit of a hurry, but they didn't jump and didn't give them the free first down. So now it's a, and again, their punter is a pretty good punter. Although with the win, he hasn't get what he normally gets, Luke Williams, and but if you could just get it out of there, you got 4:36 to play. Get a decent punt off, and then hope your defense can stop them again like they did the last time, and go in with a 1-point lead. And for those of you watching on CISN.TV wondering why we're just showing the scoreboard, it's because of the rules for the High School Athletic Association. Can't show the full game, so we're just doing the audio and showing you the scoreboard tonight, if you're wondering.
Peyton Atson, also a punter on this squad, as they got a couple, but it looks like the offense is on the field. Here comes Southeast Polk, and it'll be Starcevich lined up under center, an I formation. Starcevich just tries to sneak forward and look like he got it. First down. Like I said, Dar, it seems crazy.
Crazy, but yeah, it's
in
almost
these conditions. You're picking up 15, 20 yards. Best case scenario, you get 25 yards of field position.
Yeah.
On 4th and short like that, you got an athletic quarterback in Starcevich. Makes sense to do what they did, and they get the first down. Fresh set of downs at their own 12.
Put it in his hands, and yeah.
So
and if nothing else here, you can run the clock out maybe. If you don't, score, at least you run the clock out and don't give Johnston a chance to get the offense, get the ball back.
Clock running 4:15 as they hand to the middle, and Williams, he spins through a tackle, picked up a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd and long for Southeast Polk as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to play. And that timeout situation important too. So both these teams kind of playing with the field position with the win. 2 timeouts left on the Dragon side and 1 for Southeast Polk. Starcevich huddled up as they're going to use as much of the play clock as they can. They break the huddle with 13 on the play clock. 2 receivers on each side. And Williams in the backfield with Starcevich as he works out of the shotgun. Man in motion, that's Flynn. Kept himself Starcevich, though, on the zone read look. Not much doing there as that defensive line again from Johnston.
It almost looked like when he went to that fake, he kind of hit it and he had to keep from dropping that ball, and because he was pinning it against his side, and that didn't allow him to get much forward momentum on that.
And a timeout's going to be called by Johnston. We'll keep it right here. You mentioned early score as Valley found themselves down against Max Dugan and company. Boy, that kid is an incredible athlete. Seen him play baseball, play football, pulled an upset his freshman year against Ankeny in the opening round of the playoffs. Offers from not just Iowa, Iowa State, Nebraska here regionally, Minnesota, I know one of his favorites, but Penn State's involved, Ohio State. This is probably our next big national recruit, and they have extended their lead. 14-7 now. Valley's on the board as well with about 7 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, and he hurt his wrist there and was out for a few games, but it is now back, and it made a big difference. And one of the reasons why they didn't finish at the top of their district there, but he's a coach's son, right? He's a coach's son, so, you know, all those coaches' sons are always the good athletes, too, you know, the way it works. And so Southeast Polk, they're 2nd and 8 here, and 3:27 to go again. They keep grinding it here. Maybe they pop a big play, but if nothing else, they wind the clock down and get to the halftime with a 1-point lead.
3:27 with the clock out. Out of the shotgun formation, a hand to Flynn, and the ball comes loose. Johnston has it, and they'll have great field position.
Flag down, too, I think, isn't there? Yep.
They got it to Flynn on the jet sweep look, and coming out there were the Dragons, number 99 on the fumble recovery. Jake Ryan for the Dragons will check on the penalty marker. And a cut block is the call there. So that'll be declined, and here's the Dragons. Great field position as they'll be at 1st and goal after the fumble recovery there from Ryan.
Wow, big turn of momentum here again. And, you know, we don't know if these conditions are playing into that a little bit, but right back to Johnston. It looked like, we said, Southeast Polk maybe trying to run the clock out here in the first half. And Johnston last time got down and was driving again for the go-ahead, and they threw the interception in the end zone. So now it's back on the Southeast Polk defense to try to stop them.
Ankeny Centennial with a 24-0 lead over Waukee in the second quarter of that matchup. Here's 7-6 Southeast Polk with a 1-point lead over the Johnston Dragons. Nord pitches to the left side, not much out there. Brought down, that was Brock Studer. And picked up maybe a half yard. It'll be 2nd and goal inside the 5-yard line.
And good close on that by Tanner Van Elsen as he shut it down.
Clock ticks under 3 minutes to the corner. They go right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Johnson. Touchdown, Dragons. They get on the board.
Studer
on the right side and just tucked himself inside the pylon for 6. It's 12-7 with the extra point pending. Dragons take the lead.
They came out and took that play pretty fast. They didn't let Southeast Polk get set there, and the quick play really paid off for them.
And the offense going to stay on the field here as they're going to go for 2. Play clock at 15, so still plenty of time as offense gets set. 3 receivers to the left side. Nobody in the backfield here for Andrew Nord. Man in motion, that's Murray. He looks to hand to him. Murray gets the corner. He's in for the deuce. And it's 14-7. Back to a football score here. 2:54 to play before halftime. Dragons have regained the lead, 14-7. We'll take a timeout, come back with more high school football on 1700 KBGG.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
Trent Cotton and Dart Danielson back with you. Our Central Iowa game of the week of the opening round of the playoffs. Johnston hosting Southeast Polk, the Dragons district champions. And they lead at 14-7 over Southeast Polk right now. 2:54 left to play in the second quarter as the Dragons will kick it away. High end-over-end kick. Not going to get to the goal line, though, as Gavin Williams grabs it from the 2. Cuts back, breaks the tackle at the 25, spins out of another. Gets to the 30 and drug out of bounds there. Took 3 Dragons to do it, though. Gavin Williams, physical runner in there. Nice kick return to get Southeast Polk a little bit of breathing room here before the end of the half.
Yeah, and it was that turnover deep in their own territory. The first turnover didn't hurt them on the fumbled punt because Johnston turned it over themselves on the interception, but then Johnston turned that last turnover into the 4-yard touchdown run to take the lead back here in this one, 14-7.
Dallas Center Grimes in Class 3A. They lead Carlisle 14-7. DCG possibly looking if they can get by Carlisle tonight at a rematch with the team they ended the long winning streak of, Pella, in Class 3A earlier this season. 2:43 to play in the second quarter, and the ball's loose. Starcevich lost the handle. Ball still loose. Everybody piling on. We'll see who comes out of the scrum with this one. And this would be disaster for the Rams.
And again, that was on the exchange. The running back came up and kind of bumped into him, and a little bit of miscommunication somehow there.
And it looked like offensive lineman Ethan McDaniel came out of the pile with the football. So at least for a moment, good positive vibes for the Rams.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those problems with the running back kind of running into Starcevich and things not being clean there. So we'll see if Williams and Starcevich can get that sorted out here with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Oh, and he works under center this time, not out of the shotgun as they hand to Gavin Williams. He looks to the right side, not much running room, and he's brought down. Good tackle out there from the Johnston defense. That looked to be number 21, Nathan Newcomb, on the tackle. Newcomb, good-looking prospect, 6'4", 200, really runs well, and a good tackle there on a good running back of Williams.
And that's something Starcevich going under center. I don't think I've seen Nord go under center once in the games I've done this year. He stays, in that pistol or shotgun most of the time, but Starcevich will come up under center or go back in the shotgun. And a lot of times you don't see quarterbacks do that run, in the shotgun a lot. They don't come under center. So he shows his versatility there, too.
3rd down and 12 from the 31-yard line. A timeout's going to be called. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. Your score, Johnston 14 and the Rams 7 on 1700 KBGG.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get...
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Looks to throw. Still in the pocket, looking for a little bit of running room now. He just chucks it up. Got a man out there. It's complete right at the first down marker. No, they say it hit the ground.
Luke Kaser was there, but yeah, he
couldn't haul it in. I thought Kaser had cradled that, had his hand underneath it, but officials obviously with a much better view down there said it hit the turf, and it'll be 4th down and a putting spot for the Rams into this stiff wind.
One thing you like about Starcevich, though, even under pressure, he's always keeping his eyes downfield, and he saw the man there, just had to throw it into the wind, and it was a little tough to get enough on it to get it there. And very close to getting the first down there, but Johnson go get it back here, 1:03 to play in the first half.
Peyton Atson back to punt for the Rams. So he puts a right boot to it. This one swings out of bounds. It hits on the track, and it'll depend, or the officials saw that cross the out-of-bounds line on the far side. And they'll mark it at the 38-yard line of the Rams. Great field position here for Johnston, and an opportunity. They have a timeout in their pocket, and 38 yards to go to pay dirt.
So 32-yard punt for Atson. And, yeah, if you kick it straight up in the air, you can just see that wind push it right over out of bounds.
Coach Zelenovich and the rest of his crew, the special teams coaches, might have to have a conversation with Atson that your standard punting style is just not going to work tonight when you're going into the wind. Here's Nord as he breaks huddle. And a man in motion, that is Studer. Hands to him, left side. Turns the corners, got a gain of 7 as he's knocked out of bounds. Good, smart play. They run the zone read play to the outside on the short side of the field, able to get out of bounds and get a few yards along with it.
Now 51 seconds. They have one timeout. Plenty of time here, even if they run it. But you do want to get out. You don't want anything up the middle where you're going to get tackled and burn a lot of clock at this point.
4 receivers lined up to the right side now of Nord. And a man in motion coming across Studer. They pitch it out to him, looking for running room, but good defensive effort coming up and slowing things down. And slow to get up on the play. That is number 46, Mason Morgan, who initially made the first hit to slow down the running lane for Studer.
He came in there and blew up the first guy on the lead the blocking out there, and that really made a big difference.
Clock ticks under 30 seconds here in the first half. Cross in motion, that comes Sullivan. Nord rolls to the left side. Got a man out there, but the throw incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 6 now with 19 seconds on the clock.
He just could not get his body turned to get anything on that pass. It was all arm that time. He couldn't get turned around as he was running to his left and trying to throw to the left and just couldn't get enough. He had a man that if he could have hit him out there, it might have been a first down, but just was not in position to get much mustard on that ball.
Now, always difficult moving as a right-handed quarterback to the left side. He got to get those hips turned and wasn't able to do that with a little bit of pressure coming up into his face. So at 4th down and 6 at the Southeast Polk 34-yard line. Looks like the Dragons are going to go for it here.
Well, Hushagen, their kicker, if they're thinking that, his long of the year is 47.
And a timeout is called. So maybe the Dragons going to talk things over a little bit here, Dar, and maybe see about that field goal unit. Wind at the back, be 51-yarder or so. You got to figure if you hit 47 with this wind, you'd probably be good for 51.
Yeah. Maybe to get it right. The thing is, you got to adjust for that wind. Probably aim with the right upright, because it's going to push it back toward that left. When we saw even on that extra point, how much that wind pushes it over. So you'd like to maybe get a few more yards though here with 19 seconds to play. Of course, now you're out of your timeout. So if anything now has to be to the sideline. Otherwise, well, the clock would stop on a first down, but then you'd have to be up there and ready to go pretty quickly.
Yeah, get ready with the snap right away. We'll see what the coaching staff from the Dragons do, as it looks like they're going to try that field goal attempt. They'll spot it at the 41-yard line as the holder Jake Meyer comes out. Backup quarterback. And it will be Colin Hushagen lining up a 51-yard field goal attempt with 19 seconds in the first half. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is no good. Short. Hushagen just didn't look like he got enough leg on that.
Didn't get under it, and I think he was trying to adjust too much for that wind. He was aiming toward the right upright, as we said, but then he didn't get enough under it and get it up into the wind, and it fell flat by probably about 10 yards the way it went there. But nothing hurt there for Johnston. 14 seconds to go, and they can go in up 7 here if they hold Southeast Polk without a big play here to run out the final 14 seconds of the first half.
Well, another difference of high school rules as opposed to college and NFL, ball is at the 20-yard line.
Not from where you kicked it, yeah. So
basically works like a touchback on a punt. And it looks like Southeast Polk just going to put a knee to things and bring us to the conclusion of the first half. Starcevich takes the snap, puts a knee down, and that will end it. So at the half, Johnston comes back, takes the lead over Southeast Polk, 14-7, as we open up the Iowa High School football playoffs here on 1700 KBGG. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the halftime show. It's presented by Bill's Whitewall. We're back here in a moment on 1700.
Okay, ladies, it's October, and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
means 0% for 72 months on all 17 Silverados and Colorados. For a limited time, 20% off 17 Cruise, Trax, and Malibu. New 18 Equinox, Power Cruise, 224 per month. 0% for 72 months on a huge selection of 17 Silverado and Colorados. It's Truck Month in one.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
American Energy. Part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the Lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Law, including class action litigation. Hartung and Schrader, attorneys at law, a proud sponsor of high school football and the Hartung and Schrader Scoreboard Show each Friday night.
Check out Dar Danielson back high atop Johnston football field. It's 14-7. The homestanding Dragons with the lead. Dar at the half. Presented by Bill's Whitewall here on 1700 KBGG for all your auto needs, tires, service, and so much more. Make it Bill's Whitewall. Well, in the first half, back and forth, and all we knew it was windy out there as we were making our way up here to the press box tonight, Dar, but that wind really was prevalent in the football game in the first half.
Yeah, it plays a big role when you're trying to go from south to north here, and it looked like Southeast Polk had kind of gained momentum when they picked off Johnston there, but then the fumble gave it right back to Johnson down on the 5-yard line, and so Johnston able to score and take the lead here at the at halftime. But in the first quarter with 3:31 to go, Blake Murray got a 54-yard run for Johnston on their second possession. They went 80 yards and they scored. The PAT was no good, and it was 6-0 Johnson. Southeast Polk got a 62-yard kickoff return to come right back, set them up in good position with 2:48 to go. Starcevich hit Nate Flynn from 9 yards out, and it was 7-6 Southeast Polk. Then there was a fumbled punt, and Johnston was driving down, but then an interception in the end zone, and Southeast Polk got it back, but then Southeast Polk fumbled at the 5, and then with 2:54 to go in the first half, a 4-yard run by Brock Studer put Johnston up. They went for 2 and got the 2-yard PAT, and it was 14-7 Johnston, and that's how we stand at the half. And pretty similar to that first game, the second game of the season they played here, where it was back and forth early in the first half. It came down to turnovers in the second half. I got a feeling, Trent, with the weather and the way it's going here, we could see that, was going to be the big key here in the second half too.
Yeah, Dar, as you look at how important the wind has been, as an offensive staff, what can you really put together when you're going into the wind there?
Yeah, not much. The only thing they haven't tried is maybe some quick slants there, to the tight end or something on the short passes. Mm-hmm. But we saw the one pass there for Starcevich, and he tried to wing it out, and it just kind of died, and the receiver dove, and it just hit the ground. So it is very tough, and that wind is not. Well, it looks like it might even have picked up a little bit the way those flags are whipping a little more there. It was about 18 miles an hour when we started the game. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do. And you kind of depend on these two quarterbacks to do it for you. Starcevich, of course, is senior. And then Nord, who got injured last year after, I think it was like 2 games and was out for most of the rest of the season. But the junior's come on this year and really has developed into a great starting quarterback. So I think it's going to come down to which one of these two quarterbacks makes a big play and flips some momentum. All right, now Johnson has the advantage, but and was it Southeast Polk they kick off? I think it was.
I'm trying to remember.
I think they did, yeah, because Johnson's first drive didn't go anywhere. Southeast Polk punted, and then Johnston scored, went 80 yards on their second. Or no, they kicked that field goal that went off the crossbar.
Yes.
Johnson took it at the 20 and drove all the way down. So, again, another factor with the wind, because that field goal was on the way, but it blew into that left crossbar. So when the wind's behind you, you got to kind of adjust.
14-7 again at the half. It is Johnston at home with the lead over Southeast Polk, as we are bringing you the Bills Whitewall halftime show on 1700 KBGG and online at CISN.TV. Well, a look at the Hartung and Schrader scoreboard as we go across the state of Iowa. We start in Class 4A. Dowling Catholic, the Maroons at the half. They lead Urbandale 31-3. It is Ankeny Centennial at the half, a 24-0 lead over Waukee. In Class 3A, Dallas Center Grimes up over Carlisle 21-14 as a score at the half in that one. In Class 2A, PCM, the Mustangs with the lead over Williamsburg. 17-6 is the score there. Pleasantville up over West Branch 10-7. That is the score at the half. That'd be quite the upset from our neighbors down to the southeast a little bit. Pleasantville on the road at West Branch.
Yeah.
With a 10-7 lead. One of the maybe big surprises of the first half here across the state of Iowa. Let's see what else we got as we're scrolling through. Ooh, how about this one? 2 powers in Class 3A. Harlan and Heelan from Sioux City. Harlan, 35-0 at the half.
Wow.
Don't see very often continuous clock with Heelan when they're on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And it seemed like Harlan for a while had been in just a little bit of a rebuilding mode, but it seems like they got her built back up again, huh?
Yes, they did. Not going to keep that program down. Over in Eastern Iowa, Cedar Rapids Xavier out to a 23-3 lead over Oskaloosa. One of the favorites in Class 3A is the Saints. Solon with a 21-0 lead over Decorah, also one of the favorites. The Chickasaws from New Hampton. My parents are freezing at that game right now. And the Chickasaws with a 14-6 lead over the Wolverines from Dike, New Hartford. Pella at the half, struggling with Webster City. Webster City, never known as an explosive offensive team, but they're always very physical.
Yeah.
And tight one there, 7-0 at the half. The Dutch do hold on to the lead. And that, I believe, our first trip around the Hartung and Schrader scoreboard. Pretty much all the scores here locally, 21-14. That lead has been extended out for Council Bluffs Lewis Central over Valley. 21-14 at last check in that one.
And I got to say, Trent, this is a brand new stadium. And the press box we had, was it a couple weeks ago, a rain game where it rained like crazy. We stayed dry in here. Tonight we got the wind. Everything's sealed up good. The heaters are working. So it's nice to have a brand new press box, isn't it? It's,
it is.
For us guys, we're out of the elements, so we don't have to worry about all the cold or the rain out there. Not raining tonight, but, man, a few weeks ago, we got lucky with our game. It got delayed. It was supposed to, they moved it up to 6 and then got delayed by lightning till 7, and then they got it underway. And it went continuous clock there with Johnston here in was it Sioux City North, and we ended up getting that game over. Well, a lot of games are still at half, and they got delayed by lightning.
Oh, that was my problem. I was up in Ankeny that night.
Yeah. And
supposed to start at 6. They moved up the start time.
Yep.
Took the air at 6. Well, lightning's happening.
Yep,
so
that's what
they
we
said
had here.
7, 7:30, 8 o'clock we finally kicked, got to halftime, and then lightning and another hour delay.
Well,
it was a long night.
To their credit, they saw that it was kind of clearing, so they got the teams out, and we got going about 7, and then things got rolling, and Johnson got ahead, and so we're wrapping up, and I'm listening. All these other games are in delays, like your game in Ankeny, Urbandale, Valley was delayed, and anyway, but yeah, so it's nice to be up here in a new press box with good working heaters.
Absolutely. It's the Bills Whitewall halftime show. At the half, it is 14-7. Johnston with the lead over Southeast Polk. And Pete, 14-7 still the score in that Council Bluffs Lewis Central game over Valley. Got some wrong information. I blame Twitter. Pete's the guy that's got the camera there. He knows what's going on. We'll come back here on the other side, take a timeout, and get ready for the second half. Again, your score, Johnston 14-7 over Southeast Polk at the half on the Bills Whitewall halftime show.
On High Street.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear. I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive's style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. Chevy Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee means 0% for 72 months on all 17 Silverados and Colorados. For a limited time, 20% off 17 Cruze, Trax, and Malibu. New 18 Equinox. Power Trucks, $224 per month. 0% for 72 months on a huge selection of 17 Silverado and Colorados. It's Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
American Energy. Part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself.
Required. As an independent agent, Absolute Insurance Agency works with multiple top-rated insurance companies, providing the best pricing, policy options, and coverage for you, the customer. Better coverage, better rates. Absolutely. At Absolute Insurance Agency in Clive and Ames. The Rookie, Central Iowa's leader in sports cards, supplies, collectibles, autographed memorabilia, and fun. The Rookie has a large selection of vintage cards, memorabilia from brands like Topps, Upper Deck, and Panini. Now The Rookie offers private birthday parties. Stop by The Rookie at 9992 Swanson Boulevard in Clive for more information on spending your special day building or starting your collection and having fun collecting. Find them online at TheRookieSportsCards.com. The Rookie, Central Iowa's leader in sports cards. Check out Dart Danielson back, Johnston High School, the new football field, new football stadium, new high school. I almost went out to the old location and remembered, oh yeah, not there anymore.
Yeah, you got to go a little bit to the west.
Yes,
to get to
it was
the new
a
one.
shorter drive for me from the Cumulus Studios in Urbandale, so even a quicker trip here to the new confines, and boy, are they beautiful, Dar. We talked about that during the Bills White Wall halftime show, but we're ready for the second half of action. It'll be Johnston kicking off to Southeast Polk. Dragons with a 7-point lead as we get in half number 2, and Dragons going to be kicking into that stiff wind.
And you got to think that, yeah, they'd like to maybe, with the wind at their back, try to get a little passing going if they have to, or, get something score here and tie it up quickly the way the points have come.
As the kick hit at the 15-yard line, picked up there, looking for a little bit of running room, cutting back to the 22-yard line, still on his feet, and going to be brought down. Defensive effort comes to take down Austin Johnson. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk, as they'll mark him at his own 20.
So they, I imagine the coaches, Zelenovich told them we got to cut those turnovers. 2 fumbles, one of them proved costly, led to a score, and that's the difference so far in this ball game. So they want to, take better control of the ball game. Obviously, I think the conditions have played a little bit into that too. But and for Johnston now, they have them right where they want them. They got the lead and want to just keep them from getting a big drive here.
Almost has that feeling of whoever can make a big play might be the difference in this one. 14-7, Starcevich keeps it on the first down zone read play, fights forward for a gain of 4 on first down. Senior Shane Starcevich, 6'1", 180 pounds, and
He's out there. He doesn't got the long sleeves. Those offensive linemen, they don't have the long sleeves. The tough guys.
Yeah, the big guys.
Well, Starcevich has one sleeve. He's got one on his right arm, his throwing arm. He's going sleeveless with the left arm. The quarterback. Two receivers to the right for Starcevich. Single to the left. And Williams in the backfield. Across the formation comes Nate Flynn. He takes the handoff. Cuts back at the 25. Spins to the 29. It'll be 3rd and 1 from there for Southeast Polk. Well, Dart, we're just a minute into the half, and it already feels like a very important 3rd down play here for the Rams.
Yeah, you don't want to fall any farther behind. Now, with the win, they should, a punt would probably be, a little better than kicking into that win and,
yes.
and pin Johnston back. But it just seems like you want to do something here and stay close. If it gets to a 2-score game, you're thinking, the way it is tonight with the conditions, that might be tough.
Jackson Schneider out wide. Here comes Flynn across the formation. Starcevich going to keep it himself, though, and stumbles forward for the 1st down. Fell forward, but just enough for the first. Move the chains, and Southeast Polk gets the 1st down on their first possession of the 2nd half.
Tyler Bacon, the defensive line there, just crashing in and getting him, but not before he could move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Tyler Bacon, part of that good defensive front for Johnston. The Dragons have been stout all season long, and just giving up the 7 tonight. They lead 14-7. Southeast Polk with the football. Starcevich all by himself in the backfield. 5 receiver set. They set a bubble screen to Flynn. Gets it at the 30, 35, 40, and just enough for the 1st down. A gain of 10 on the play. Good bubble screen set up there. Looked like maybe in the left slot there was a little early motion that wasn't detected.
It might have been, yeah. But that's a good play call. It's a pass, but a short pass. The wind doesn't bother that, and it's almost like a pitch play, and you get it there, and then you let him find the open area. So a good play call there to advance it and get another 1st down.
Starcevich has a touchdown pass tonight, a 9-yarder for the only score of the evening for Southeast Polk. He looks to throw again. He's got Flynn again. Across the 50 and another 1st down, a gain of 11. And the Southeast Polk offense, now they're picking up some momentum and finding some holes there. It's been mostly running throughout this football game, but looks like Starcevich and company said, let's change little things up here in the 2nd half. We got the win. We got to use it.
Yep, and Flynn has been his favorite receiver here so far. He's the guy who caught the 9-yard touchdown pass, and just bringing him inside, keeping that defense honest there.
Starcevich has Gavin Williams on his left hip. And 2 receivers to the right side. Flynn again across the formation. Starcevich, though, keeps it himself, and he is drugged down in the backfield. Coming up and making the play from his defensive line spot. That was Jake Ryan, number 99. Ryan already at the fumble recovery tonight. Now a tackle for a loss. Ryan putting together a good performance.
That was a good read. He got off the block and got a hand in there on Starcevich and slowed him down before he got any momentum going. And really were the first plays so far in this drive where they haven't gained anything, Trent.
So now 2nd down and 10. We'll see what the play calling is here with 2 receivers on each side. And out of the shotgun, taking the snap, here's Starcevich. Good pocket, it holds. He's got a man out there, that's Williams. Williams stumbles, though, and is only able to fall back for a gain of 2. Boy, Williams had that one. If he could have cut it up, like he had a little green in front of him.
Yeah, but he was in a tough spot because he had his back to the defense, and he would have had to catch it and turn around. I think by the time he got around, maybe he made a move, but it was going to be tough to get much yardage there. So here again, a big 3rd down play for Southeast Polk.
Clock approaching the 8-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Southeast Polk into Johnston territory at the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 9 with 3 receivers. On the left side, Starcevich out of the shotgun. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket, gets rid of it in time, but it's incomplete. He paid the price standing in the pocket there, and it'll be 4th down now for the Rams. Starcevich stood tall in the pocket, and here comes the punting unit for Southeast Polk. Peyton Atson will be the punter again.
Well, they sent somebody off the edge too, and that pushed the issue a little bit and didn't let him a chance to set up back there. They anticipated maybe the pass, so we'll see what Atson does with the wind here.
Yeah, trying to pin Johnston back in their own territory. Atson, snap is back to him. He gets a high spiraling kick. It hits at the 4-yard line. High bounce, trying to save it back, but into the end zone for a touchback. A valiant effort down there, but to no avail. It'll be a touchback at the 20.
Yeah, once it crosses that line, you can't throw it back, and so a break for Johnston there.
Well, he got the high bounce he wanted, but just didn't have the coverage unit down there in time. Hit it at the 4. Can't ask for much better than that.
Yeah, and he got the jet stream, too. He got it up in there, whereas hitting it the other way, it was holding it up and pushing out of bounds.
Yep.
But
well, that's more of a prototypical punter, what you expect. Johnston's gone with the rugby-style punt a couple of different times, but they've done doing that into the wind. Hatson's also punted into the wind a few times. Johnston 1st and 10. It'll be Nord looking to the right side. A speed option look and hit out of bounds late. No flag, as Nord was 3 steps out of bounds.
Yeah,
and he stepped out before the first down sticks, but boy, he was hit. It looked real late there, Dar.
Yeah, it did look like he was out of bounds and then in that wide area over there and then hit him. But I think the players are so close there on the sideline, it was hard for the official maybe to see what everything was because they were right up close to the sideline.
It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 28-yard line of Johnston. Nord keeps it himself after the zone read. Look, comes out to the left side. He's got some space out there. 35, bumped out of bounds. And about goes falling into the bench over on the near side this time. That time not as late of a hit. But a first down, most important thing for the Dragons as they get it. And a first down working into the wind. Give yourself some breathing room. Certainly a sigh of relief with the 14-7 lead for Johnston.
And there he showed the speed, the ability to get back up to speed quickly. He stopped, waited for traffic to clear, stopped a couple times, and then right back up and a big first down for them.
Pistol formation. And Nord takes the snap to the middle. Studer. Just a simple power play as he spins forward for a couple. Get that clock back rolling. 7.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. And the opening round of the Iowa High School football playoffs here on 1700 KBGG. We're glad to have you here with us tonight. And also on CISN.
Here's where Southeast Polk needs a big defensive play, a turnover or a stop. They had the passing game going a little bit there. They'd like to get a score and tie it up here with the win.
From the 40-yard line of the Dragons, Nord, a keeper to the right side. He's hitting the backfield, though. Stood up back there, and the linebacking crew again. That time, Tanner Van Elsen. First man in the backfield to tackle for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long now for the Dragons.
He saw the gap and went straight through it, and no stopping him, and got to Nord. And if you can stop Nord quickly before he gets outside on that edge, that's the key.
So it'll be 3rd and 11 now for the Johnston Dragons as they're working into the wind here. Haven't seen a whole lot of passing opportunities from either side into this stiff prevailing wind coming out of the north. And across the formation is Murray. Murray will take the handoff. He's got speed on the edge near the marker and didn't get a great spot.
Well, I think he's got it, though.
And they will move the chains. Well, that initial step by the official looked to be about a half-yard back, and then he moved the foot just a little bit more.
Well, we were talking about Nord speed, but Murray, once he gets that ball, he's off like a rocket, isn't he?
He is a quick one. Seen him a couple of times calling Johnston this year out on the outside and some wide receiver plays, just running simple 9 routes up the field here. The night not really meant for passing. He's doing it on the ground on those speed sweeps. 2 receivers on each side across the formation. Studer, he takes the handoff, and he's hit in the backfield. Good play. Luke Board again there. Board's put together an impressive night for Southeast Polk, and another tackle for a loss for him.
Yeah, he's kind of bunching it up in the middle, and then he's getting off his block and making the tackle there. So
it'll be a loss of 3 for Studer. 2nd down and 13.
2nd and long, yeah.
5:20 as the clock runs in the 3rd quarter. Still a 14-7 lead for Johnston. They took a 6-0 lead, trailed 7-6, and then scored a touchdown along with a 2-point conversion. That's where we are right now. Handoff up the middle. Studer, nothing there again. Oh, the middle, really of both these teams. The impressive thing, and we talk about the Dowlings and the Valleys of the world here and the 4A level, but you can see both these squads built up those lines, defensive lines, impressive for both Johnston and Southeast Polk.
Yeah, they both have some good play in there, defensively and offensively, and You know, what's the key in this league? Because if you could match up, and Dowling's probably driven that, with their big lines. You got to work on that and build up your depth in your line. And big third down now here for Johnston.
Third down and 12. Andrew Nord, a tight bunch formation. They're just going to hand it to the middle. Studer falls forward for a couple. Bounced up like he didn't hit the ground. Officials disagree as the whistle blew. It'll be fourth down now and 9 from the Johnston 47-yard line. High school football on 1700 KBGG, brought to you in part by the Rookie Sports Cards over in Clive. Stop on out, see Anders Olsen and his great group out there. Memorabilia, Christmas shopping season right around the corner. Looking for something good? Make it the Rookie Sports Cards, and also by Absolute Insurance Agency. Great rates, home, auto, and more at Absolute Insurance. Here's the rugby-style kick because that one knuckles. Hit at the 36-yard line. Hit off a Southeast Polk Ram return man.
I think they got back on it, though.
Fell on. Well, that's when you don't anticipate it normally, so a ball hitting you there. But yeah, that's tough for the return team, too, Dar.
Yeah.
It is.
Luke Board got on that, but.
What do you tell the kids going back there trying to block? It's almost don't block because you can't punt into the wind right now. We haven't seen anybody be able to get even a decent punt into this wind. Just got to be smart and hope for the best. And it'll be good field position here for Southeast Polk with the wind at their back, trailing by a score. And they have 3 minutes and 35 seconds to use that wind at their back. Starcevich has 3 receivers to the right. Williams in the backfield. Williams gets the handoff, but he's hit right at the line of scrimmage and got a yard. Gavin Williams, very talented running back, just hasn't been able to find much running room. 2 big kick returns has really been what we've seen out of Williams tonight, but in terms of the ground game, not much against Johnston.
And they got the passing game going a little bit there with Nate Flynn on that last drive. You'll see if they go to that again here with 2nd and long.
Clock ticking towards the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Dragons as they play D. Flynn across the formation. Little hitch and go play for Starcevich and incomplete. Try to get it out to Dylan Travis, a 6'1" receiver. Pumped. Defense didn't bite though. And the throw too long for Travis.
Travis waited a little too long on that pump before he took off because of Starcevich. He had to throw it out there over the defense, but if he might have taken off a little better, I think it's a little hard, too, to get the loft that you need to lay it out there with that wind. But it was a good thought, and credit Johnson defense so they didn't bite on it.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Rams. At their own 37-yard line. Starcevich looks to the left side now, across the middle. Has a man out there, but incomplete. Had Lucas Kaser
just
coming out of the slot.
Little high. If he gets that ball down, Kaser's got it on the stride, and he might be into the end zone.
Just ran up the seam. Had him in a skinny post play, but to no avail, and it'll be the punting unit again for Southeast Polk, again with the wind at their back. Peyton Atson, few moments ago, had a good punt that hit at the 4 but bounced into the end zone. This time he'll have a lot more room to operate. Puts his right foot to it and spirals it back. Murray lets it hit at the 18-yard line, takes a Southeast Polk bounce. They'll grab it at the 16. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons with a 7-point lead.
That's some of the poorest field position they've had so far tonight for Johnston. But with the lead, they can just kind of keep it on the ground, keep working that clock. This game has gone really fast, not much passing here. 2:39 to play in the third quarter now. Johnston gets any kind of drive going, and then it starts putting more pressure on Southeast Polk as they're bleeding that clock away.
2:39, and another difficult spot. We saw teams late in the first quarter use timeouts, but it's different in the second half. You want to keep those timeouts in your pocket, especially trailing by 3 as Southeast Polk is. We'll see what happens if we get to that opportunity. Nord out of the shotgun, looking to run to the right side. Picks his way through, is able to scoot forward for a few, gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
And that's a good first down play. 4 yards, you get set up, gives you a lot of options on 2nd down, and keeps that clock rolling.
Yeah, Johnston almost playing for the fourth quarter to get that win back with them. And a 1st down or 2 would certainly be huge on this drive. Clock ticks towards the 2-minute mark as Nord takes a look back over the sideline, gets the play call. He's got 2 receivers on his left. Studer with him in the backfield. Nord's going to keep it himself. He's out to the 25, tries to stiff arm free, spins through a tackle, and over top as he got past TJ Armstrong, who will get the tackle. Nice tackle from Armstrong in the open field, but got enough for the first down, just enough. Nose of the football gets the push, and 1st and 10 Dragons.
Yeah, momentarily stops the clock while they reset the chains, and that clock gets rolling again. And Nord's happy to take his time, get the play in there, and just keep bleeding the clock down with the 7-point lead here.
We go under 1:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. Johnston football, 1st and 10 at their 26-yard line. Handoff left side, and here comes a penalty marker after Studer was stood up for no gain.
I think that might be a chop block there.
Saw that call earlier.
Yeah. Looked like
somebody engaged and somebody went low.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll be hold. It looked like somebody came in low, but it must have been holding too. Either way, it's going to set it back here for Johnston because that's behind the line of scrimmage, and from the spot, it's going to be about a 12-yard penalty time they mark it off.
Well, mentioned the wind here tonight. Had the sign for 1700 up with some of our sponsors, and well, Dar, you saw my clips.
Yeah, it just ripped them right off, didn't it?
Ripped them right off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not easy to break, but this wind tonight did it. And luckily, I was just happy that the sign hadn't blown away.
I'm happy there's no snow with that wind.
It'll be 1st and 22 after the penalty, and they go to the middle again. Nothing doing up there. Right up the gut, Tanner Van Elsen with the tackle. Van Elsen, boy, he's had a nice night tonight, Dar.
Yeah, really getting in there. And we talked about it. Turnovers and penalties here going to loom big in this last quarter, as this one here has helped Southeast Polk push Johnston back. And they're going to take their time here. They're going to have to get another snap off, but maybe one more here in the 3rd quarter with the way it's going right now.
Down under 30 seconds as they break the huddle across the formation. And Nord sets up a running play for himself, but again, nothing doing there. Ball came loose late. Nord was down, though. And we'll see. 3rd down here. What does Southeast Polk do? Looks like they're going to let the quarter run through, not use those timeouts. Probably the right call. You love the win, but timeouts sometimes more important. 3 quarters in the books here in Johnston. The Dragons with a 14-7 lead over Southeast Polk. We'll take a timeout, come back with more high school football on 1700 KBGG.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee means 0% for 72 months on all 17 Silverados and Colorados. For a limited time, 20% off 17 Cruze, Trax, and Malibu. New 18 Equinox, Power Trucks, Shoe 24 per month. 0% for 72 months on a huge selection of 17 Silverado and Colorados. It's Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Hartung and Schrader, attorneys at law, a proud sponsor of high school football and the Hartung and Schrader Scoreboard Show each Friday night.
Trek out of Dart Danielson back with you one more time, 1700 KBGG and CISN. So we bring you the opening round of the Iowa High School football playoffs, 14-7. Johnston holds the lead over Southeast Polk, and they're backed up 3rd and 24 at their own 12-yard line. They hand off to Murray, who looks to get wide again. He's drugged down at the 18-yard line. Got a few back, but not nearly enough, Dar, and now it'll be punt time. Different, though, for the Dragons. Now they have the wind at the back.
And they didn't want to go with the pass and, and risk maybe if it gets caught in the wind and picked off there and turn it over and give it up. deep because, as you say, with the wind, you get that ball up in the air, and it's going to travel a long way for Johnston at this point. They'll send Austin Johnson and Nate Flynn back to the 45.
Might want to go back a little bit further as the
puck and they
got away. Good high spiraling kick. Flynn grabs it at the 34-yard line. Turns to the left side to the 40. Breaks a tackle, 46-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds there. A little pushing and shoving on each side. Getting into it, Jacob Roblerd from Southeast Polk and number 20, Tyler Martin.
Well, Nate Newcomb came up and he got a little push as he was kind of turning, and everybody was screaming, block in the back, but I think he kind of turned and then was pushed, and it wasn't anything real major, so the official didn't throw the flag there. But, of course, the Johnson fans are right under us, right in front of us here on this side of the press box, and they wanted to block in the back. But
and we might have a few over to our right here in the press box.
But not a bad field position here for Southeast Polk to start out at their own 45, so we'll see what they do with it here, going for the tying score.
They had Flynn with the football a few times on some pass plays. Here's Gavin Williams on a pitch. Student body right. Body and the student's not there, but Williams makes something out of nothing. Got a couple, juking and jiving and skipping and sliding, and got two.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to lose 5.
They had him stopped. In the backfield, he kind of stopped, poked his nose in there, pulled it out, and then went around the outside and made 1 yard on what could have been a 6-yard stop or 6-yard loss.
They'll call it 2nd and 9 from the 46-yard line of Southeast Polk as they move right to left across your radio dial. Starcevich audibling out of the initial play as he has 2 receivers to his left. Williams with him in the backfield. Zone read look. He hands to Williams. William cut black out near the first down marker. Still fighting, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. That cutback there, about 3-4 yards into the run, Dar, he just pushed that left foot into the turf, cut back, and was able to get enough for the first down. Nice looking run.
Yeah, and then Garrett Gerke came up and put a shoulder pad into him, but he had the forward momentum and just kept hitting at him, and he got the first down there. So, and he got his pads low and kept the feet churning and picked up that first down.
Rams trailing by 7 into Johnston territory. 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Again, here is the zone read look. This time gobbled up. And again, Jake Ryan in on the play. Well, he might be in the running for our Norwalk Shop player of the game here because he has put together defensively quite the performance. Another tackle for a loss. Jake Ryan, senior, 6'2", 250 pounds. And he has been a big cog there in the middle.
Nick Rezick was in there with him, too. And then he got the initial stop, and then it was just all the yellow jerseys flowing to the ball. And so now they're back and behind the chains again at 2nd and 14.
Twin receivers to each side. Starcevich in the shotgun. Hands to Williams. Draw play to the right side. He's got a hole out there. Spins through a tackle out to the 37-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but a big play on 2nd down and 14. He gets 11. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, credit him. He got the ball, and no juking or jiving. He just went straight ahead, knowing that he had to pick up some good yardage. So now again, they're in good. You might think they're even in 2 down. Go for it on 4th down if they don't get the first down here.
Now you've seen how much both sides have struggled punting into the wind here, and that's where the Rams are going, moving into that wind out of the northwest. There's a shotgun snap across the formation. That was Flynn, hands to him, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, came back around out of that slot position and took the handoff as they get a little misdirection there, and a big first down here for Southeast Polk as they're driving now toward the tying score.
First down from the 33-yard line of Johnston. Southeast Polk with the football here on the road as district runner-up. Lost a hard-fought overtime game to Valley that decided the district championship back a few weeks ago. Starcevich hands to Williams, got a hole on the right side, and he's able to jump over a tackle, fall forward for a gain of 5. Gavin Williams now finding a little bit more running room out there.
Yeah. There was a big play in that game in the overtime that grounding call on him, and I wasn't quite sure about that. It was one of those you see that the pros do all the time where they throw it down at somebody's feet, but it wasn't quite to the receiver. And then it ended up they just came up short of getting it into the end zone.
Here's out of the shotgun with two receivers to the right. Williams in the backfield with Starcevich. Williams gets the carry. Not going to have enough for the first down. It'll be third down and about 3 or 4, depending on the spot there. You mentioned 4-down territory now. Absolutely. You're in 4-down territory. There's no way you can kick a field goal into this.
No.
A win right now. So.
And you like the way Williams is running, keeping his pads low and keeping the feet grinding here on 3rd and 4. Big down.
2 downs to get 4 as they're at the 27-yard line. Johnston shows some pressure from the outside. After that shown, Starcevich looks to change the play as he audibilizes, talks with Williams, who comes back now over to his left hip. And they go with the zone read. Look, Starcevich keeps it himself up the middle and got the first down. Shane Starcevich was feeding the ball time in and time out there to Williams that time, kept it himself.
And Ty Puck came in there and just got his leg, but he was able to keep his balance enough to get forward and get that first down and kept the drive alive here.
So inside the 23-yard line, a fresh set of downs for the Rams. Down by 7, zone read. Look, this is Williams with the handoff. Didn't get much that time. He was upended for a gain of 1.5 yards to the 21. Clock continues to roll as we go under 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Ball control offense from the Rams. Down by a single score. 14-7, Johnston leads. Opening round of the playoffs. Winner moves on. The loser, their season is over. Trip receivers to the left side now for Southeast Polk. And Starcevich, the quarterback. He's looking to throw. He's got a man out there. Low throw, incomplete as it bounced away. Well, they had almost lulled him into a false sense of security there. Had a man into the wind, tough throw. And
Jackson Snyder, and they went that straight up the seam there, and that was a good pass because you can throw that low and hard to your big tight end there, and he did, and he just unable. It looked like he came down with it and it bounced out as he came down to the turf.
So now 3rd down and 8 again. 4-down territory, though, with the win, and down by 7. 6:01 showing on the fourth quarter clock. Same 3-receiver look for Starcevich. Zone read look, though, as he hands to Williams. Williams tries to spin, but he is hit in the backfield. Coming up from the cornerback spot, I believe that was Blake Murray. It was.
Yeah.
Murray's put together a great performance offensively and a couple of big runs, and now does it on the defensive end.
And you say he came flying. He did come flying in there because he made the tackle and flew right over the top out of bounds over there on that one. So a big play here, 4th and 10 at the 23.
Clock runs under 5.5 minutes to play in our Central Iowa game of the week. Starcevich, 4th down and long from their 23. Looking to throw to the left. Tons of time. Stands tall in the pocket. Throws high. Incomplete. It was dropped. Had Nate Flynn. Don't think it mattered.
Yeah, he wouldn't have made it. He needed about 2 more yards. I don't think he was going to get the first down had he caught it unless he slipped the tackle of the defender. But, yeah, man, Starcevich sat back there and took a couple sips of hot chocolate before he picked out his receiver and threw that when he had plenty of time, but just nobody open.
Yeah, standing tall in that pocket. He was doing the little hop, waiting for somebody to come free. Couldn't, find somebody free, and even if he did, boy, into that wind, you got to throw the ball about perfectly, keep that the spiral tight.
I got a feeling we're going to see the ball on the ground. A lot of handoffs here, Trent.
Andrew Nord brings the Johnston Dragons out with a 7-point lead, 5-13 as they take possession. He'll keep it himself with his own read, and Piles push forward for a gain of 3. Pyle kept going, but after the play was whistled dead, and we'll go under 5 minutes here.
Now here's where it gets really dangerous with Nord. You're pushing up defensively to that line, and if he pops through a hole there, he could be gone and just break it wide open. So you really got to be careful about the defensive backs, especially in the safety, cheating up too much. You got to make sure you make a sure tackle on him if you do that.
Both sides have all 3 of their timeouts with 4:35 to play in the fourth quarter. 14-7 Johnston over Southeast Polk. Nord hands to Studers. He comes on a sweep to the 30, spins and gets the first down. How about that spin move? Brock Studer hit the circle button on his Xbox controller and got the first down.
First to stop and go, and then to spin back the other way, and, man, keeps the drive alive and keeps the clock rolling here for the Dragons.
It'll be 36-yard line is where they spot the football. 4:14 after the clock stops for a moment, and they set the chains. Still 13 on the play clock, and they look back over the sidelines. They were set, but willing to run a little bit of time here with the lead and the football, so wind in Johnston's favor.
Yep, just going under 4 minutes now.
And here is a timeout going to be called. So timeout on the field. We'll take it with them, a timeout. Your score with 3:57 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Johnston, a 14-7 lead over Southeast Polk on 1700 KBGG.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
McConnell alongside Dart Danielson up at Johnston. On the first down run, Andrew Nord keeps it himself and is spun down for a loss of a couple. Clock continues to roll, though. Southeast Polk on that first play decides not to use the timeout. Dart, a little surprised by that?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think now they're going to try to stand them up and strip them if they can here. And Johnson just going to try to keep 2 hands on that ball.
Nord full house backfield as he hands to Studer, goes to the left side. He is able to fight out to the 39-yard line. And still no timeout called as we tick towards the 3-minute mark.
Probably figuring they got just enough time here. They got him in third and, what do we got, about 6. So big stop here.
Well, we've seen a couple of times on these 3rd and longs, Johnston has gone to their wide receiver Murray on some jet sweeps.
Yeah.
He's lined up in the slot on the right side. As Nord shouts instruction across the formation comes Martin, the H-back. Option look. Nord, though, hit in the backfield. It'll be a loss with 2:33. And again, there's a timeout call. Well, that one was about the most baffling. I thought they were going to let this one go down.
But yeah.
Finally called the timeout. It's the first timeout from Southeast Polk. They'll have 2 remaining. It'll be 4th down and 8 for Johnson. They'll be punting, though, with the wind at their back from their own 38-yard line.
So you want to try to set up some return here. Know it's going to probably kick pretty deep. Set up return. The clock will stop on the changeover and be ready to come right out and go at it. And obviously they'll go with a little hurry-up offense here with 2:28 to go, 2 timeouts. They've thrown a little, that pass, that quick pass across the middle is something you might look to go to. You can do that.
As the punting unit comes out, almost wonder if you'd want to get Gavin Williams back there in the return game. I know he's not a normal punt returner for them, but they don't have him back there. It's Johnston and Flynn back.
Yep.
They're normal as they always go with the 2 punt returner look. On the rugby style kick, end over end with the wind at the back. And Flynn let it hit, and it's going to take a great bounce for the Johnston Dragons all the way inside the 10-yard line. A 55-yard punt. And Southeast Polk is going to have to march 92 yards and 2:16 to tie this thing up.
And that was a little hesitation by Flynn that may have cost them. It was coming in flat, and he was thinking about going at it. The defender was coming in down there, but if he catches that on the run, at least it improves the field position by maybe 20 yards the way it rolled. So now a big long ways to go here for Southeast Polk to tie this up with 2:16 and at the 7-yard line.
Starcevich at the controls for the Rams, down by a score. The senior wants to extend the season as he hands to Williams. Williams spins out of a tackle, spins out of another. He's still on his feet. Breaks through the 20, 25-30, 35-40, still on his feet before finally drugged down at midfield in a saving tackle there from Nathan Newcomb.
Wow.
There is a
flag down at the 20, yeah.
All the way back at the 20-yard line. We will check on that. More than likely a hold.
Well, then this official, I don't know if he lost his hat or he's throwing it as a penalty too, but no, yeah, it is a
holding penalty. Well, that one was well down the field too.
Well, and that was about where he spun around and broke out too. So, but credit Williams for keeping going, but it's going to come back.
So now it was 92, 93 yards away. It's going to be even more.
And the big thing is there, it was at 2:16 when they started, and they lost about 12 seconds off the clock.
Well, with the hold at the 20, they actually spot the ball at the 10. So a rarely seen 1st and 7.
They picked up 3 yards with the penalty, but still a long way to go here. 1st and 7 at the 10.
Say that 5 times fast. Here's a carry for Starcevich. He's hit at the 14-yard line. Good stick out there after a gain of 4. And Southeast Polk, they got to hurry.
Yeah, because Johnston's happy to give him a 4-yard run and chew up 30 seconds off the clock on each of those, because they do that and they're going to win it here as the clock runs out. But
clock running, 1:45 to play, 14-7 Johnston over Southeast Polk. Rams, though, with the football. Starcevich, play action pass now is going to keep it. Pressure comes from behind, and the sack. Defensive line again for the Dragons, getting things done. This time it was Tyler Bacon. Well, between Bacon and Ryan, I don't know who you pick as the player of the game.
Yeah, both of those guys have really come on. They've throughout the season, too, and the timeout called here by Southeast Polk, I believe.
1:26 shows on the clock in the fourth quarter. 86 seconds away from a win and a move to the quarterfinal round for the Johnston Dragons. Southeast Polk trying to find a way. Third down. It'll be 3rd and about 5.
Yep, no scoring here in the second half. It's just been a chess match with field position here, and for Johnston, really, they've had the benefit of they got the decision to take the wind here in the fourth quarter, and that really benefited them.
Well, and with at last check, Dowling Catholic over Urbandale 31-3. It would be Johnston hosting next week Dowling Catholic as the champion. Now, in years past, it used to be if you hosted early on and then you went on the road, it would be vice versa. But I believe district champions still have precedent, at least the last time I read through the rule book. Maybe I'll make a call to Bud Legg on my way home. Bud can always help me out. We'll get you up to date, though, until 11 o'clock here on 1700 as the brackets update and all the scores until 11 here on 1700 KBGG. 3rd down and 5 for Southeast Polk. Starcevich bubble screen to the left side and a hook and ladder play, but defense right there, though. Williams breaks a tackle, hit hard on his ankle. Check if he's okay as he's tackled at the 15-yard line. Clock's going to continue to run, and not a whole lot of quick movement out there. Official finally comes over, spots the ball down, but seconds continue to tick away. We go under a minute to play. Southeast Polk, they still have 85 yards to go.
Yeah, they got to get the first down here.
And Starcevich keeps it himself and looks like he did get that first down. So with 49 seconds, got to be a sense of urgency for the Rams.
Yep. I did print it off here, the rules from the website. The team with the higher finish in the district, according to the playoff qualification, will be the home team. So Johnston would host it right back here.
Out of the shotgun, Starcevich looks to the left side, plenty of time. Now pressure comes, spins out of a sack attempt, threw it and nearly intercepted, as that was thrown behind the receiver. Had a man out there, but again, into the wind, just so difficult for Starcevich to get enough on a throw to even get it up the field.
Yeah, you can't, there's no, and the defenders, they know that, and there's no worry about a big throw down the field, because if you get it up in the air, up high at all, then it's just going to be knocked down. So they need to break some kind of big play on the ground here, or a short pass that is turned into long yardage.
2nd down and 10, 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rams down by 7. Incomplete. Gavin Williams had the football and drops to the ground harmlessly. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And that was the kind of pass they were looking for. Get him coming out of the backfield and then get some room. He had some room ahead of him there, but got to make that catch first before you run. And half a minute left here before Johnston moves on. And Southeast Polk finishes their season.
At their own 20-yard line, Southeast Polk down 7. Half a minute to play. Starcevic, pocket holds. Now here comes the pressure, and he's hit down hard. The Dragons D does it again. That time, Nick Rezick with the sack. A sack party in the backfield.
And looked like he was going to have all day back there, but Rezick then came in late, and man. So Southeast Polk will use a timeout with 22 seconds to go. And 4th down. First, you got to get the first down, and then you got to get up quickly and get the play going.
No, it'll be 4th and forever, 87 yards away. Update Valley and Council Bluffs Lewis Central as they play in the 4th quarter. Lewis Central still with that 14-7 lead.
Sounds like it's pretty similar. Well, same score, might be pretty similar field position type of game here. The team that got the lead is now holding it here in the second half.
Someone. You hear it a lot from people on Match because more people have met their someone on Match than any other dating app. Everyone wants to find that meaningful connection.
17. Station, big news, big talk, and big sports. 1700 KBGG.
As we hit the legal identification and into the 9 o'clock hour, here on 1700 KBGG and online at CISN.TV. Trent Conn and Dart Danielson with you in the playoffs. It's 4th and 17, and the last chance for the Rams with 22 seconds to play. Starcevic, pocket holds, still looking downfield, now rolls out to the right. Throws it up across the middle of the field, incomplete as it's knocked away. And Johnston's going to win it here tonight.
Barring any major fumble or something like that, but I got a feeling Nord's going to take a knee, and that'll do it. Southeast Polk got it with 2:16 to play, but just unable to do anything. And, you play prevent defense usually and drop back, but that wind also added an extra player because there was no way to throw the ball deep and get that big yardage that Southeast Polk needed to get down the field, and it was just such a big advantage for them.
Yeah, a 2-minute drill makes it really difficult when you can't make any plays. You don't have to worry about getting beat deep.
Yeah, you take away the long pass play, and it just makes it so easy as we go in the victory formation here.
Yeah, out of the shotgun again, even in victory formation. A fitting way to end things for Johnston. Andrew Nord puts a knee down, and the Johnston Dragons will be moving on to the state quarterfinal round in Class 4A, where they await the winner of Dowling Catholic and Urbandale. We will get you up to date here in the post-game show with that one. Your final score: Johnston 14, Southeast Polk 7. We'll take a timeout and come back, put a cap on things here from Johnston. The Dragons are winners tonight on your home for high school sports, 1700 KBGG.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
At Mid-American Energy, part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee means 0% for 72 months on all 17 Silverados and Colorados. For a limited time, 20% off 17 Cruze, Trax, and Malibu. New 18 Equinox, Power Cruise, Shoe 24 per month. 0% for 72 months on a huge selection of 17 Silverado and Colorados. It's Truck Month in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevrolet on the west end of Hickman, Waukee.
Positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
When people visit the Lodge of Ashworth, they fall in love with our grounds. They're impressed with our dining room, but it is our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites that attract the most attention. With bay windows, full kitchens, large walk-in closets, and modern appliances, the Lodge feels like home. We have suites move-in ready, or we will help you customize. Create a home office, media room, or bedroom for visiting friends or family. Call us today for a private tour and ask about our flexible pricing plans.
For easy drop-off service. Sills and Wall. We got tires and
Welcome back one more time here in Johnston. The Dragons get it done at home over the Rams in the opening round of the Iowa High School Boys Association High School Football Tournament Class 4A. First round goes to the Dragons. Dar Danielson, well, quite the performance tonight out of Johnston. Really, it felt like one that probably could have gone either way. It was who took advantage of the win tonight.
Yeah,
it was Johnston.
Yeah, all the scoring came in the first half on the exchange punch. Second drive for Johnston. They go 80 yards and culminating with a 54-yard run by Blake Murray. The extra point was no good, and it was 6-0 Johnston with 3:31 to go in the first quarter. Then Southeast Polk returned that kickoff 62 yards, and that set them up nicely. And with 2:48 to play, Starcevich hit Nate Flynn from 9 yards out. The PAT was good, and Southeast Polk had their first and only lead of the game, 7-6. Johnston came back after recovering a fumble at the 5, and Studer took it in from the 4 on the second play. The extra point run was good, and that made it 14-7 Johnston with 2:54 to go in the second quarter, and that's all the scoring we had in this one. As Johnston then came out and kicked off and was able to keep the field position and not let Southeast Polk. They had the win in the fourth quarter after they switched, and it really just kept Southeast Polk from having any kind of long passing game, any kind of passing game at all there in the second half, and were able to just grind that clock out and this game over very quickly, as most of it on the ground. And Johnston goes to 9-1. Southeast Polk will finish the season at 6-4, and it's the second win by Johnston over Southeast Polk. They won their first match up here to open this new stadium, 27-17, back on September 1st. So.
Well, it appears that they will be at home again next week in the quarterfinals with a trip to the Unidome on the line, but only coming in will be 4-time reigning champion Dowling Catholic as they lead 45-3 in that matchup over Urbandale. Dowling Johnston next week, and we've seen the Dragons' defense, how good they have been defensively this season. It's a different animal when you're tackling this Dowling Catholic team, but that's a matchup that looks like we're going to have next week. Johnston, you get them on your home field.
What do you have to do to pull that kind of upset, though?
Well, you got to avoid mistakes. You got to play a good, clean game. The only loss that Johnston had was the game that we did over Valley, and there were 2 pick sixes in the first half there, and Johnston got behind and then never recovered from that, and Valley beat them. But if you play, error-free football and get some big plays against Valley, maybe you force a few turnovers Dowling, and you got a chance to beat them there. But that's the thing with Dowling. You can't give them the ball in good field position, turn the ball over. You got to make them work for everything they get because, we talked about lines, and I think defensively and offensively they got 2 of the best there in the state, obviously, and they're able to grind you down. But, I know Coach Woodley's going to tell them we're playing well. We've been playing well throughout the season. We're going to come out. It doesn't matter. We're still, whoever wins this moves on and keeps it up, but it doesn't matter what they've done in the past. We've got to keep playing well, and, I think Johnson's got a good chance.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a fun one. Offhand, the last time the Dragons have made it to the Unidome in the semifinal, have they as a 4A program?
I
know for years they were a 3A
because
program.
It's been I remember we talked about it with Coach Woodley earlier. They've been knocked out in the before the semifinals each of the last several years. Yeah, so I don't think they have here, as far as I know, off the top of my head, because that was another thing talking with Coach Woodley, and beating Waukee was one of those hurdles they needed to get over to beat them, and then beating Valley and also Dowling. So this could be the year, who knows? But I'm sure Dowling's going to come in here with something to say about it.
Sure.
You don't win 4 in a row and go down easily, so it should be a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's the bottom side of the bracket. On the top half here on the what they call west side of the state, it is West Des Moines Valley battling right now Lewis Central 14-7. The squad from Council Bluffs with the lead at last check there. Ankeny Centennial looking to polish off Waukee. And we'll get you an update on that one. Had it just a moment ago.
And we don't know, too, next week. It could be warmer. No wind. You never know this time of year. Or it could be snowing and, blowing again. You just never know. And that's kind of the fun thing about being outside. It is nice then when you get to the semifinals, you take the weather out of it. But, it's football, and you have the weather plays a factor in it at this point.
Well, it's 31-14 right now. Ankeny Centennial with the lead over Waukee. And again, 14-7 Lewis Central over West Des Moines Valley. So we'll keep you up to date. We're on the air tonight until 11 o'clock as we will get all the brackets updated, final scores around the corner. But for now, our coverage from here is done. I'll be getting on the road, getting back to the studio. But in between, we'll hear an interview that I had an opportunity to talk with Kurt Warner, the NFL Hall of Famer. Little high school football. So that'll be coming up in between. I'll get back to the studio, and then it'll be the Hartung and Schrader scoreboard show until 11 o'clock here on 1700. Dar, a lot of fun calling the game with you.
Yeah, pleasure. I'm going to go find some hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. Bring me some. I'll need that. I might need a little bit more than hot chocolate. We'll be with you tonight again till 11 o'clock. Coming up on the other side in our post-game show, we will bring you Kurt Warner, the Hall of Famer of the NFL. An opportunity to talk with him earlier this football season. That comes your way. Oh, before we run, I almost forgot, Dar. We got to hand out our Norwalk Shop Player of the Game. A lot of candidates certainly that you could go with. Some game-changing plays, but it almost feels like in a game like this you have to give it to a defensive guy, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
You got to vote. We talked about a couple of defensive linemen.
Yeah.
And I think Jake Ryan might be the way that I'm leaning.
Yeah, I would back you up on that. I would think he had some big plays in there, didn't let Starcevich get away and corralled him in and didn't let him make that big play when they needed it. Southeast Polk did. And so, yeah, I would second that motion.
Jake Ryan, our player of the game, the senior, 6'2", 250-pounder, the Norwalk Shop Player of the Game. If you're in need of anything dealing with T-shirts, apparel, embroidery, the Norwalk Shop can help you out for your school, your business, your next project. All across central Iowa, across the state of Iowa. Make a call down to Chad Smith at the Norwalk Shop for your custom apparel needs. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll be talking with Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. That's next on the postgame show on 1700 KBGG and CISN.
The Home Depot